Do we have audio? Yeah.
Do we have? I think it's going through the Elgato.
Oh, you're
Was that right?
Yeah.
Is it muted for any reason? Check the video itself real quick. No, audio's on. Oh no. Technical difficulties.
As soon as we start.
We could have checked this until then fart.
Oh, I was on the wrong thing. All right.
Is there audio now?
I think because we're in the menu, isn't it? Let me just go back.
No, it's okay. All you missed was us starting.
Oh, it is getting some. I saw a blip.
Yeah, it's making noise.
That rumbling.
Yeah. Every time you go to a new area, you hear doom, doom.
There we go. I just hate that all the monitors are just named letters and numbers. Hard to tell what's what.
I don't know why your monitor plays things at such a bad frame rate.
It's never like this. I think it's because it's doing two at once, but like my computer should be able to handle this. Oh, this is supposed to be the good computer, but like I've had it for two and a half years. Like it shouldn't be getting old this quick. That laptop in there is like it's on its last. Like it's gonna go when it's ready. I'm gonna force it to go after it's ready, but like it dies so quickly, it won't reach 0% of the battery. Now it reaches like 40%. If it goes below 40, it just shuts off completely, and when you turn it back on, it says the battery's at 0. So I think it's just lying instead of actually draining faster. But I think that percentage is going higher and higher. So eventually, I try to keep it plugged in as much as I can, but I don't have an outlet in the bathroom for it.
We should probably explain what this is.
So yeah, we haven't played Ori in a year, but when we did the finale, we didn't check to see that we had audio, and we should probably check that we have audio now, or we record nothing.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, the whole thing was just a no commentary video because we didn't check, and for whatever reason, because technology is amazing. I don't hear us. So now a year later, I just thought of like, let's go back and just finally redo it because we've been talking about it, and we just never got around to it. I know we have a lot we want to play, but like, it's been a year, so we should just do it.
Just bang it out.
And I thought because we're never gonna have time to like get together and do all the podcast topics we wanted to, we might as well just do them, like some of them now. I already threw my list out because I never thought we'd do it, but we can just do it from memory.
Okay, name some stuff. I don't remember anything.
We had worst to best consoles. That's one we kind of need a list for, because I put every console I could literally think of.
Let's loosen this a little bit. Let's go by. We played this on PlayStation.
We played this on Switch.
Let's start with Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
What is your least favorite Nintendo console? Let's stick it to not adding in the really obscure side stuff, CDI, Virtual Boy. Let's stick strictly to NES, SNES, GameCube, N64, Wii, Wii U, Switch
2,
Game Boy, Switch 2, Game Boy, Game Boy Color.
They are different.
Game Boy
Advanced.
Game Boy
DS.
Nintendo. Yeah, SP is just doubles.
We're not gonna do like different models of them. It's more about like the games that are on, like what the libraries were. I had to say probably the Wii U is the worst, because are we counting Virtual Boy?
No, I just said we're not.
Okay, it's so short-lived.
Listen to me.
I think I included it on the original list, but like it does have good games, but like you can count on your hand how many good games it had.
And now we can finally play them again.
That is cool, and you can pay $100 for an adapter to simulate 3D.
Or you just don't.
Yeah, because they're great on their own. You don't need the 3D. But like their first-party Nintendo stuff, that's the very first Mario Tennis is on it. A Wario Land game, and a sequel to Mario Bros.
When thinking about the Wii U, I probably would also agree bottom, right? When thinking about the Wii U, it's tough because there are some really good games on it. I mean, I guess if you like 3D World,
Mhm.
um,
It's just in the long run, because I think I kind of built the list like based on today, and the fact that they're like devaluing the Wii U so much by just porting all those games to Switch and Switch 2. It makes the Wii U like you don't need to even get a Wii U anymore. But as much as we shit on Smash 4, it's still only on Wii U and 3DS.
yeah,
If you actually like want to play that for whatever reason. At the time, it was like the newest Smash, but now Ultimate like really took over. But it still has a few exclusives, but not really.
Hyrule Warriors got ported,
Mhm.
complete edition on Switch.
I have except Smash.
3D World got ported
Never mind.
with the mode that people like.
Country Return or Tropical Freeze.
Country Returns is now on Switch.
Yeah, Tropical Freeze got ported first. On my collection.
Nintendo Land, a game I used to like.
Yep. All right, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess have not been brought back.
That's gotta be my heartbreaker, by the way. Is playing Nintendo Land. I'm still trucking through it every now and then. I'll boot it up and make some progress getting everything. So I want to show off the whole island.
Mhm.
It's not. I remember having so much more fun than I've had fun playing it. It's really upsetting. Donkey Kong is like one real challenge, and then that's it. Mr. Game & Watch sucks. Like it's ass.
Mhm.
It sucks. It's horrible.
I wish it would like kept the spirit of the original series. Like it should have been about like a game. Game Watch games are actually really really good.
The only one I really like is Metroid.
Mhm.
And maybe the Link one with multiplayer.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, no.
Yeah. On here, Wind Waker and Twilight HD are still only on the Wii U. But Mario Kart, Mario Kart and Rayman are on Switch. And everything I have downloaded is also on Switch. Like, well, Mother 1 is on the online only. Shovel Knight's on everything. I have the original AVGN Adventures on it before they like patched everything out.
So we know Wii U is right there. I'm going to say controversial thing.
And yeah.
NES.
Yeah.
It's really hard to explain why. I mean, it's the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's not think about porting because it makes sense why those got ported.
Mhm.
But it's the beginning. Games are very polished, very rough.
It's so hard to go back and like actually play a lot of those. Like I think the only ones that are accessible still are like the ones made by Nintendo. Like I loved playing Super Mario Bros.
There's a lot more bad games than there are good games.
AVGN that's like the whole point of AVGN, at least when he started. Is like the past like that isn't as good as you remember it.
Even the Mario games. Mario 2 is okay. 1 is okay. 3 is really good.
Mhm.
Zelda 1's really good. 2 is okay.
Metroid 1 was awful. I'm gonna keep it, but like
For the time it came out, when there's nothing like it, it's cool.
yeah.
When people were actually drawing out maps and all that.
Mhm.
But we're past the day and age where we do that, so that's why I think we don't like it as much.
Yeah. But it was just so frustrating. Even Connor, like who that's his series, he couldn't stand it.
What other
And there's like all the like Kid Icarus, Ice Climber, like Excite Bike. I think all those are good. But they're just small games. They're like arcade style games.
yeah.
Obviously we haven't gotten into the territory of like Capcom and Konami really on the NES, but like Contra and Castlevania. Oh, we played Mega Man and I think it's overrated.
Yeah. I think we agreed that 4 is the best one.
Of the NES ones, I think we like 2 the most.
2 is good. I remember there being like one that me and you like unanimously was like, this is better than the original trilogy. I think it was 4.
It was 4 or 5, maybe. They made it a little too easy for Mega Man standards, but like we don't mind. But like we hated 3. 3 was like the worst, but everyone loves it. But I'm excited to play like any Castlevania or any Contra. But they get better when you get into the 16-bit era. Just like most series. Like the NES has great games. It has like exclusive, like Star Tropics never came back. Had 2 games in the NES.
Maybe let's omit Switch 2 from this list just because it's so new.
Yeah, and I'm not. Yeah, I would probably put that towards the bottom right now. And that wouldn't be fair to do.
Yeah. So Wii U, NES, right?
Mhm.
Are we mixing handhelds, or are we gonna keep handhelds separate?
I guess we can mix them in because I was gonna say Game Boy Color should go towards the bottom just simply because it was such a short-lived console. Like I love it, but should that even? But it should be a qualifier, like just not having a lot, because that's why we both put Wii U towards the bottom because there's just not much on it. And the Game Boy Color has like Pokemon Gold and Silver and like Shantae. Shantae was like the first game is like a technical marvel and it is a pretty good game.
I would say Game Boy Color then Game Boy.
I feel like I put Game Boy higher because it has such a nice charm.
Okay.
It lasted so long.
Fuck your charm. Fuck how long it lasted. It's just like the NES. The main games are good. Everything else is ass.
They're not as bad because I played games like Avenging Spirit, which is actually like very easy and quick to play.
Get your nostalgia out of your ass.
I don't have nostalgia for Avenging Spirit. I literally played.
Remember every Game Boy game you had me play with you that you're like, this is awesome.
What was that Mana game? That was not good.
And
what else did we play?
The Dragon Ball game.
That was Game Boy Color.
Was that a color exclusive?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was bad. Avenging Spirit I played when we had COVID and I stayed home. That was a very Donkey Kong on Game Boy. Connor loves it.
I think you're just stupid.
Game & Watch Gallery is really Link's Awakening. It's on both Game Boys. That is a great game. It's hard. Like, it's frustrating with only 2 buttons.
You're literally just naming Nintendo games.
Yeah, Mario Lanes 1 and 2 are great. X is a technical marvel, but it's not a very good game to play. It's really Pokemon. And Mario Bros. Deluxe was good. You have to deal with screen crunch, but it's like a really cool enhanced version of Mario 1 and 2. Like Lost Levels.
I think actually let's agree to something. In between the Game Boy Color and Game Boy. Let's say Game Boy Color, DSi, and then Game Boy.
Yeah, DSi is like a deceptive thing because I really love it. I have such a soft spot for it because I was like one of the 5 people that had it. But when you really look at it, almost every game on it were watered down versions of like retail games. So they had Electroplankton, which is a collection of like little musical games you can do.
Oh, is that what that's from?
It's not a DSi game. It's an original DS game because Brawl came out way before like the DSi. But on the DSi, they packaged each of those individual games and like sold them for cheap. Because getting the original Electroplankton is kind of pricey now, but I'm willing to spend the money on it. So you can just you could buy the games all individually instead. Brain Age, those are all just like micro versions of like different modes of Brain Age. I have Bomberman Blitz on DS, which I don't know which game it's from, but I guess it's just only specific modes from a Bomberman DS game. So it's just all repurposed stuff. But I really liked the original stuff. So WayForward made 3 great games. There was Shantae, Risky's Revenge, which is the sequel after the Game Boy Advance one got canceled. And then Mighty Flip Champs and Mighty Milky Way. Milky Way is still only DSi exclusive, so it's literally just a gone game. And then Photo Dojo is hilarious. It's not really much of a game, but it was just so funny to like make your own characters and fight people and just record any sound effects. So it's just really obnoxious also. So it was like very charming, but yeah, it's just a lot of ports and stuff. And I think WiiWare, if we want to count like WiiWare as its own thing, I think that was worse.
I wouldn't. I think that's a separate thing entirely.
People really like the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles spin-offs on that, and like I guess they had Ace Attorney games, but like nothing exclusive really. That's how I played Strong Bad. I think those were exclusive to WiiWare, but now I have them on PS3, and they got delisted off of Steam. I think it's just because Telltale lost the license and hasn't bothered to like get it back. So I know the WiiWare did have its own exclusives, but like I think it had less appeal than the DSiWare. Oh, and Flipnote was on DSiWare. That was always fun. But anyway, what'd you say? What were you gonna group in with DSi? Game Boy Advance?
I was gonna say DSi. I'm saying switch it. Instead of going Game Boy Color, Game Boy, go Game Boy Color, DSi, Game Boy.
Yeah. The Game Boy Tetris is also just a
the things you could do with DSi, I think, are the things they did with Game Boy Color.
What, like
the games that utilize the camera and shit?
Yeah.
I think that's cooler than what the Game Boy Color, anything the Game Boy Color did.
Yeah, all the Game Boy Color did was add color, and I think it had more just RAM and stuff, so that's why I consider it a different console. It's not literally just the Game Boy with color. you couldn't fit gold and silver.
God,
or
this
no,
is
wait, you
fucking
could fit
real.
gold and silver on a Game Boy, but it was like an enhanced cartridge. I can't imagine imagine playing gold and silver on an original Game Boy with no color.
Here's where we start getting hard.
Yeah, you literally.
It's not.
It's for two. Yeah, it's hard in two ways.
So we got Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS for handhelds, right?
I'm gonna go
And then we have SNES, N64,
GameCube,
GameCube,
and
Wii,
and Switch.
and Switch. Okay,
I'd have to say
GameCube.
GameCube might be the next one. Or actually
GameCube.
GBA.
It's hard. I'm not gonna say GBA because I think there's more good GBA games than there are good GameCube games on
Yeah.
the console. GameCube was disappointing. It didn't sell a lot. It didn't have that many games. How many games are there? 300? Something like that? Like a really small amount.
Yeah, the 64 only had 400 in America. It had way more in Japan. But yeah, I think that the GameCube, the 64 is actually when Nintendo started to slip for a while. But the GameCube, I think, is when it really took an effect. Because the digital gaming proved a great point where the worse a console performs, the better the first party games become. Because they really have to try. They realize their tactics aren't working and they have to actually step in themselves and make good games. And then they start charging cheaper. Apparently the GameCube used to go for $50. Once it started failing, they were literally charging $50 for them.
Really?
Yeah. Basically just selling them handing them out for free almost. And the games I think were cheap too.
That being said, some of the games on the GameCube are the best.
Yeah, that's the thing. When it comes to 64 and GameCube, all the best, not all, but almost every of the games that people talk about are all just first party Nintendo stuff, with Game Boy. And it just didn't have a chance because the PS2 was just a phenomenon. Literally,
Even though it wasn't as powerful, I believe, right?
The GameCube was more powerful. Yeah, the PS2 was less powerful, but because the GameCube went with the small discs, you couldn't fit as much on them. So that's why cutscenes and stuff in Resi 4 were more compressed. But it's same thing with 64. Because the biggest limit with any console is not its hardware limitations. It's literally just space. That's why staying on cartridges was such a bad idea. But in the beginning, Sega CD and all those other CD-based consoles were just wasting the disc space with voice acting and music and not actually game. Nintendo was we actually make good games here for cheap. But yeah, the GameCube there's really nothing wrong with it. It just didn't have a whole lot.
When you think about Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, I mean, people don't.
I like Sunshine, but it's such a huge setback from 64.
Oh yeah. So it had Sunshine, Soul Calibur 2 with Link.
Yeah, best guest character of all of them. Oh, I thought of I think it was for PlayStation the best, or maybe we said it in a medieval stream. We said Sir Dan would have been the best Soul Calibur guest.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a permission from Sony for that. Who did we say before that would have been better than Heihachi? I forget. But GameCube had Melee, Animal Crossing, all the Mario Party.
Crossing.
That first one is still so charming. I know it's a 64 game, but America got it as a GameCube game, and it played much better on GameCube. It had way more content. And
I'm really struggling to think of fucking.
The Mario parties are not great games, but they're so much fun to play.
Double Dash also, I would argue, is a mid Mario
Yeah.
Kart game.
And people can shoot us, but that's fine.
I think it controls pretty poorly. Pokemon Coliseum and XD.
We struggled with Coliseum, but then we booted up my file, and I'm I used the legendaries. That's why I didn't have a hard time.
Did we say we wouldn't?
I don't know. I think I was accusing Sharky of playing the game wrong, and then I checked my file and yeah, I just used all the legendaries, which is cheating.
So
that game was hard.
We agree GameCube.
I would say 3DS next.
Yeah.
I think it was a major step back from the DS. It sold a fraction, a small fraction of what the DS sold.
I honestly couldn't tell you what exclusive games were on there other than games that already we're getting 3D variants.
Fire Emblem is the biggest thing that comes to mind. It had all three Fates games rolled into one. It had 3 Fire Emblem games. unless you want to count Fire Emblem Warriors, which was a Switch and 3DS game, but I don't count that.
Well, didn't it come to 3DS later and add content, and then the Switch version added the 3DS content and the rest of the content?
Probably. See, I don't count that. 3DS was like the loser console when the Switch came out. It's like it really did become a loser console with like Puzzle and Dragons Mario, all the remakes of the first and third Mario and Luigi games. It just became like a dumping ground for like corporate Nintendo's stupid ideas. I feel so bad for Alpha Dream because I don't think they really made many games before Mario and Luigi. They made some tomato game, which plays a lot like Mario and Luigi. It's like the same engine, and I really want to play that. And they're like, no, you're going to become the Mario and Luigi company. You're going to make all of these games. You're going to combine it with Paper Mario. You're going to remake the first game. You're going to remake the third game. And now we're shutting you down because they didn't sell well. All of that was, I think, Nintendo's fault. The games have charm, but like I think it was just over bloated.
You know what?
3DS had a lot of that.
They did with that, what they're doing with Metroid Prime 4, and I'm telling you right now, Metroid Prime 4 is going to fail. And the main reason is that who was talking about it? What has Nintendo done to like promo it? They're so they do promo everything a million times upon its release. Like to the point where we're like, stop talking about it. They're not doing that with Metroid.
Yeah.
They've released 2 trailers. Is that it?
They have like an in-depth trailer. Do they have a direct face on it?
It was a direct.
Yeah.
It's not an in-depth trailer. It's just a direct.
Yeah.
But like, I think the game either is coming out or like in a week or is out now, and I don't think people even realize it.
Yeah.
Because it got overshadowed by Kirby.
Yeah. So I think like the hardcore Metroid fans are gonna play it. Everyone has been waiting on Prime 4, but like not the kids.
I don't think anyone new is getting indoctrined into the Metroid games because of how badly they've been handling things.
Yeah. And I'm afraid if it doesn't do well, they're just gonna shut Retro down because they poured all that money into the game. And they're Nintendo's the one that like wanted to make the game, and then they brought Retro in because they couldn't make it.
They're like, well, listen, if we can't do it right, we're not gonna let anyone do it right. We're gonna let you do it, just not right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nintendo really is becoming like the other companies, but they're not as bad. But they're making the same mistakes.
Yeah. So 3DS.
Yeah. Also, one thing I've learned is like people are always scared of like their game consoles kind of rotting or like not working anymore, becoming too obsolete. The first console we're really seeing that with now is the 3DS. People are reporting their 3DS games not working anymore. Like the save files are getting corrupt. The games won't turn on anymore. They were all made like cheaply. It's specific games. I guess Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Some of the Fire Emblems, which I'm nervous about because those are long and I have DLC for them. But like, they say to prevent like your save file from getting corrupt, you have to like boot up the game every now and then, like maybe every few months. Like I haven't touched them since I beat them like years ago. So I don't know. So it seems like the DS and all the Game Boys are gonna outlast the 3DS.
That sucks.
Because they made it with.
I'm telling you, once a console becomes obsolete, you guys, Nintendo, should make a easy to use emulation center. You make the emulator, people can pay you to use it, and you can have people pay you to use ROMs or a subscription service to have the ROMs or whatever. Yeah. They're scared to leak the ROMs online, but all you need to do is lock it behind a key. Every PC game has a fucking key.
Yeah.
Fucking StarCraft, you can't download without a key. It's like, it's not that hard to figure out. I think that's the way to go. Keep things alive through PC, because PC, it's like you lose it, okay, re-download.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Or I always thought they should release like a little USB adapter, a big USB adapter, and it has cartridge slots and disc slots for every console they've made, just in case you have the games, and you just boot up an application called like the NES adapter. Obviously, they would probably sell them individually for $100 each nowadays, but like, imagine just one for like GameCube, Wii U. You just put as a disc slot for all three.
We got 64, Wii, DS, Game Boy Advanced, and Switch.
I'd say Game Boy Advance next. And that's another, like, it was just too short-lived. It has some of my favorite games of all time on it. But, like, what else? Like, it's another, like, what third parties are really on it? WayForward made some... I think they made literally one game that actually came out, and then the new Shantae. But, like, I know it has third-party games. But if I look here, it's like, I'm not going to count SpongeBob and Nicktoons as third-party. Like, good games. Like, Original Chain of Memories is fine. Sonic Advance 1 was fine, but like the others I don't like. And I know there are plenty of others, but like none of them hold a candle to what like Nintendo released on it. Obviously, Mother 3 was on it, and Mario Kart Super Circuit is probably the weakest Mario Kart.
I had
The Mario
Advance
Advance
Wars.
games, Advance Wars were good. The 3 Fire Emblems were great. I don't think Roy's game is very good though, but that was Japan only. But we got Sacred Stones and the one that they just called Fire Emblem, and those are like phenomenal games. Advance Wars, I don't know how many were on the GBA, but that's where the Advance sub-series of games started.
Zero Mission and
And Fusion, which are still phenomenal. I know Connor doesn't like Fusion as much, but I think it is a good game, at least from what people say.
you played it with him.
He played, I just watched.
I thought he had you play.
No, I think I didn't really want to. Maybe I did in the beginning. I was like, nah. The Mario Advance games were cool. I just have a soft spot for them, but
Beginning
they
of
are
Mario
watered
Luigi.
down. Yeah, Superstar Saga. I don't think it ever really got better than that, but people like Bowser's Inside Story a lot. So yeah, it's just a bunch of Nintendo games again, and I think what hindered the GBA and even the Game Boy Color is like they only had 3 years between. It's like the Game Boy was from 1989. It went all the way up to after the Game Boy Color came out, like 1999, and the Game Boy Color came out in '98, the same year Pokemon did. So like people probably bought Game Boy Colors if they didn't have the original Game Boy, just so they could play Pokemon on it. And so 1998 that comes out. 3 years later, the Game Boy Advance comes out. 3 years after that, the DS comes out. That's why I think they made them all backwards compatible with one another, because they were so close. But I feel like if I were Nintendo, I would have released the Game Boy Color like many years earlier, because the Atari Lynx and like the Game Gear had color, but they also sucked, and they were more expensive because of it. So I think Nintendo wanted to wait till it would be affordable for anybody to buy. But then at that point, the Advance probably could have come out in like 1999 or something, and then maybe give it more space to like build up a good library before you release the DS. And then there was 7 years between the DS and 3DS, which is a pretty good lifespan.
This one's about to make people mad.
You're good about 64 next.
Wii.
Yeah.
It
I love-
sucks. It sucks because the Wii's one of those consoles where it probably has the most memories.
Mm.
Like Wii Sports with the family, getting Smash Brawl, like mom buying the owner of GameStop's copy and bringing it home, right?
Yeah.
And like so many cool fucking things.
When anyone says Mario Kart, they're talking about Wii. They just don't even know.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart Wii is one of the best Mario Karts, but it also again it suffers from nobody knew how to make games for it, and so
If they were like ported over like Call of Duty, they were severely downgraded.
Yeah.
They would hire third-party companies to fit the game onto the Wii
granted the Wii version of GoldenEye I will stand by.
because it had the analog control.
Yeah,
That was nice. Like Resi 4. They say it trivializes the game, but I think it's cool.
analog control. Wait, what do you mean?
Like a Wii, like moving a Wii pointer around is like
Oh,
an
yeah.
analog motion compared to like a control stick that's like stiff.
I thought the game felt so good when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy, I know you're not the biggest fan of, but
Mm.
I think it's still solid. The second game, I'm sure, is fine.
Yeah.
That's
Like, they're good,
that's
like,
the
kids
version.
games.
I know it's on fucking GameCube, but that's the version of Twilight Princess everyone talks about.
I guess the GameCube version is actually better, but it's so much more rare to get nowadays. It's like $100. But the game's so good, I'm willing to like buy it again on GameCube and Wii. But everyone had like Twilight Princess on Wii as well. I did, and I sold it, which I regret. I had like Donkey Kong was not doing very well in that era on any console.
Returns
Was the return to form.
Returns is a good game if you decide not to get everything.
Yeah, just playing it is fun, but they like put way too much emphasis on the collectibles, and Donkey Kong just feels way too heavy. He doesn't feel as like spry as he did in the country games. And just playing it in 2 players is not that fun. Well, the Switch version's not
Well-
that, but like
The Switch version ruined that.
yeah, because they had this whole mechanic where if Donkey Kong jumped on an enemy, the enemy's hitbox would still be there, so that Diddy Kong could also bounce off of it. But they didn't add that into the Switch version, so now when Donkey Kong lands on an enemy, Diddy falls to his death.
That sucks.
So
'cause
whenever
me and
you're-
Art are about to play that together on the
Yeah.
Switch.
So I think you're gonna discover that like one of you is gonna have to make the jump at a time. I think Diddy can like ride on his back though, but then it might only be in 1 player. But yeah, I don't think they ever bothered patching it. But yeah, the Wii, like, yeah, it was very gimmicky. So I think it was a fad. like it sold like crazy in the beginning, and then people kind of just like forgot all about it. And it really only sold well thanks to Reggie forcing like Iwata and the others to, like package Wii Sports with it. They like protested the idea, and he just like stood his ground, and then they did, and that's why
Yeah,
it
it's
did
not a
so
thing that
well.
only happens happened in America.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what
That was
if it came out
really
anything in
smart.
Japan.
It was really smart.
Mhm.
Something that'll immediately get the family playing together.
Yeah, because Wii Sports feels like a demo game. It's just like 5 sports games. It's not that big of a game, but
And
it's
now
so
Switch
good.
2 makes you pay for the demo game.
Yeah, unacceptable. Like Nintendo Land, did that ever come with the console? I think it was just a bundle, and like wouldn't it just make the console cost more if you bought it with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were already starting to slip there.
But Wii Sports Resort, the Galaxy games, Mario
We
Kart
play-
Wii.
We play with Smart. It's not as good as Wii Sports, but it always came packaged with a Wii remote. So if anyone needed another controller, it's like, hey, let me get this game with it. Wii Music was the fall.
Yeah,
Wii Music is
sucks.
horrible.
Twilight Princess. I like the
People like
the,
Skyward. I haven't played it.
Skyward is good, but I did give up on it.
I really like Animal Crossing City Folk. I had an addiction to it. I think it's I've only played that and the original, but I think City Folk still looks really good today.
Maybe I should start bringing up lists
Of like the consoles and the games.
of the games.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look up best selling.
Yeah. I think that's all we'll have time for in the stream. That's fine. We can always do like other podcast type things. I was thinking like we'd always just put Smash on and just put all the computers playing against each other, like 99 lives, and just do a podcast over it. Or we could bring Monopcast back. We don't even play the Monopolies anymore. We just let the computers play.
Should I go back to the other consoles?
We'll do Wii first, and then we can go back.
So let's look at this list real quick. I looked up best selling. Wait, what? Oh, this is just video games.
The auto corrected. Isn't there such thing as a best selling Wii game?
Wii Sports, kind of a cheat. Mario Kart Wii Sports Resort. New Super Mario Bros. We never listed.
I liked it when it came out, but I think it was just a very.
How do we
lifeless,
not
like,
bring up
game.
Brawl?
You said Brawl.
Oh,
You literally
right?
said your mom like got it from the.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
games like
yeah, I was bringing that up in terms of memories, but yeah.
I feel like Brawl.
We
most.
Fit.
Oh yeah, that weird glitch thing on the screen. I remember that. Oh, yeah, We Fit. Classic.
Mario and Sonic games, I do
No.
like. I do like them. At least the first two. The winner and the first one.
Mhm.
Link's Crossbow Training, I have a soft spot for. Wii Music was what?
Yeah, I guess it's sold.
Super Mario, the collection.
The All Stars, which is literally just a port of All Stars. It's so lazy.
Epic Mickey.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that popping is. Okay, that's our mic
Kirby
trying to
Epic
kick in.
Yarn. Well,
It
this,
had a
list,
lot of
this list
disappointment.
really made me understand that the Wii is not great.
Yeah. Oh, in terms of RPGs, we had like the trifecta of Last Story, Xenoblade, and Pandora's Tower.
Yeah,
We haven't played Pandora, but like that was part of that. But like those didn't really sell too well because like it was more of like the niche audience really wanted them, and they didn't come until later in like in 2012 when the Wii U was on its way.
So I looked up Game Boy.
Tetris is number 1, right?
Nope.
Mario?
Pokemon.
Oh, that's stupid.
Pokemon Generation 1, Red, Green, and Blue, Yellow, and then are all listed as one game. That's
Yeah.
why. And then Tetris,
Mhm.
and then Gen 2.
That was color in there. I mean, that's fine. They consider it
Yeah.
one console, but I don't.
Super Mario Land, just going coins. Dr. Mario.
Yeah. But there's no color.
Wario Land. Oh, that's Mario Land 3.
I haven't played
The Kirby games on Game
Yeah,
Boy.
Kirby
How could we
debuted,
forget
yeah.
that?
But it wasn't until like.
Oracle of Seasons and Ages. Sorry. Yeah, no, I was right.
Yeah. I want to play those because they're very much like Link's Awakening.
F1 Race.
It's part of like the F1 series.
Nintendo R&D 1 made it?
Mhm.
Jesus.
I have F1 Race on the Famicom.
It's just a game called Yoshi.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game. I always thought that that was his first game because like, oh, it's on NES and Game Boy, and then he was in Mario World. No, it came after. Game Freak I think made it, or Intelligent Systems, one of them. But it's a puzzle game. Same with Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country. Game Boy Color.
Yeah, only the first game had a color version. And the 3 land games, which I want to give a shot. I know they're not that good.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. Get out of here. DuckTales. Final Fantasy Legends. Alright. So, what could I possibly find with Wii U?
I think the list of all of the Wii U games is going to be less than the best-selling Wii games.
Mario Kart 8, 3D World, Mario Bros. U, Smash U, Nintendo Land, Splatoon,
Fuck.
Luigi U, Woolly World, Minecraft, Captain Toad, Pikmin 3,
Almost all of these have been ported.
Pokken Tournament.
There's like nothing left for it.
Yeah.
They really just killed it.
Gonna go GameCube next.
They're all going to be Nintendo and Resi 4.
Melee, Double Dash, U, Sunshine, Wind Waker, Luigi's Mansion, Metroid Prime, LD Original Prime,
And Luigi's Mansion.
Animal Crossing, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I hear is
I
good.
think that popping is our microphone. Like, it just was malfunctioning the whole time.
Star Fox Adventures,
Sonic.
SA2. F-Zero GX, the best F-Zero, which is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Sonic Mega Collection? Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah.
Crystal Chronicles was a big one.
It's just, you know, the GameCube, like, they were putting GameCube in its
Alright,
place.
how the fuck did Star Fox Assault sell that much less than Adventures?
I know.
That's wild.
Because of your whole thing where, like, when a game does well or does bad, it affects the sales of the next one.
Yeah. It's true.
But with Final Fantasy, they really put GameCube in its place. So like the PS2 gets the mainline games, GameCube gets Crystal Chronicles. They get the spin-offs. It really was treated as like the baby console compared to the PS2. I think they really went out of their way, like let's make Eternal Darkness and let's only like Resi 4 is a timed exclusive. And all their commercials were like very edgy to try to be like this is an adult's console, even though it's got a little kiddie controller.
I forgot about Duck Hunt.
Oh, on NES.
Yeah. I thought
It's
Tetris
hard
was
to
the
play.
best-selling game.
On Game Boy.
Just on Game Boy?
Yep. Oh, of all time? No, Minecraft's the best-selling game of all time.
No. Excite Bike.
Yeah, all the, like the black box games. They're good, but they're so small.
Dragon Warrior 4. Isn't that Dragon Quest?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know they made 4 on the NES. I thought only there were 3. And then they were like moving them to Super Nintendo.
Ice Hockey is the last one on the list.
Yeah, so most of those are like black box. Were there any like Castlevanias and stuff?
No.
Their GBA. We haven't done that. Do we
Yeah, we
leave
are.
any out?
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Super Circuit.
We didn't even say Pokemon Ruby Sapphire Emerald.
Namco Museum.
That's on like everything now. Mystery Dungeon, right? All the classic NES series, but those are downgraded ports. They're worse.
Finding Nemo. Minish Cap. Minish Cap's
Yep.
a good game though.
I think when Finding Nemo's on the list of best GBA games, you kind of know it didn't really have that much on it.
Kirby games.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Legacy of
Adventures.
Goku games. That's right.
Yep. They had an original Dragon Ball game as well.
Frogger Adventure. Temple of the Frog.
Oh yeah, I have played that. It's like close to original. Frogger.
Spyro Seasons games.
Yep.
I want to give those games an honest to God shot. The isometric view seems a little weird, but the games themselves do look like detailed and cool.
It's like Banjo Kazooie's Revenge. Like I just didn't like it, but it's probably fine.
So, let's get it out of the way. All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off.
64.
We got DS, we got Switch, we got N64, and we got SNES.
It's hard. Like either 64 or Switch. Yeah.
Switch. You know why?
There's no life.
There's no life.
It just has things. It has a lot of stuff on it, and the whole switching mechanic is probably the best part of it.
The thing is, though, that Odyssey, great game. Zelda, both Zelda games,
Yeah,
amazing
Smash Ultimate
games.
has tons of great content.
Smash
That's it.
Ultimate, great content. But outside of that, it's now just every other console.
Yeah,
The gimmicks, the charm, and everything is gone.
the no music.
And I get that that's probably just an us thing, right?
People
Like,
they do agree, but not like I don't think the general public cares.
we are past the days of consoles being unique.
Yeah,
We have some exclusives now, and that's it. Whereas everything else we're talking about on this list are unique exclusives, all that. Almost completely different libraries. Even if they have the same games, they have different interpretations of those games.
yeah. The best is like Genesis and Super Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
Aladdin was completely different on both.
I'm not even going to look up Switch games.
Yeah, they just have everything. That's really it. It's just
Yeah.
a quantity over quality thing.
And it's not bad that you finally have a portable console to play anything. I'm just saying in terms of like what I personally look for in what's the best console, it doesn't hit it.
Yeah. And it's really just it's like a Wii thing where it was like Activision games like Crash Insane were much worse on the Switch. But mainly the games we play fine. I mean, had time play like shit. All the glitches, but like I don't know if I would have gotten all those glitches on the PS4.
Right after this, I'm going to say now I'm going to put 64.
Yeah, because it's another GameCube situation, but not as severe.
It has a lot of charm.
Mhm.
A lot of good games.
Yeah, and like it was the first era of 3D. You saw how all of the consoles were like going about it, and like you can't say one just definitively looks better than the others. The 64 is like ugly, blurry most of the time, but it's mainly with the third-party games because they didn't know how to program for it. Like Nintendo did pretty good; those games looked the best. And they weren't as blocky looking as PlayStation, but they were like more muddy. So yeah, they both have their own charm. And then all the good games are just first parties.
Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time, Smash Bros. Stadium, Donkey Kong 64, Diddy Kong Racing, Star Fox 64, Banjo, Pokemon Snap, Majora's Mask. Yoshi
Star Wars, is that the first game on there that's not Nintendo or Rare made?
Yes.
There you go.
Wait. Yes.
That sums up the whole 64.
Rogue Squadron, 1080 Snowboarding, Excitebike 64, Mario Party games. Hey You, Pikachu.
Everyone loves the
Crystal
wrestling
Shards.
games. I could care less, but yeah, they say the wrestling games are like some of the best out there.
A lot of these games I'm looking at, I'm like, well, the other than like WWF, Jet Force Gemini, Pilot Wing 64.
Yeah.
Like all these games are fucking great. Bomberman 64.
Yeah, Hudson did good. They made Mario Party as well. So like it was like first party games and then like those close third party games. But Nintendo, like their decision to go with cartridges is fine in itself, but the fact that it turned off all the third party developers like just made it so there wasn't much third party content. The fact it only had 400 games on the PlayStation, I think it had like 4,000 games. Maybe not that much, but
Now we're down to 2.
DS and Super Nintendo.
DS and Super Nintendo. That's hard.
We might. Yeah, I honestly can't. I would say if you asked me like 10 years ago, I'd say Super Nintendo, but I might say DS now. But it is so hard. I think they're definitively the best console in handheld because the Super Nintendo was perfect 2D.
It's literally perfected 2D. The games they have on there, Link to the Past, Mario World, are some of the best
Mm-hmm.
in their system. Super Metroid. Fucking hold on.
Or did you pull up the DS list? You can do that now then. 'Cause I let's say it's a tie.
I'm gonna say DS wins, but I have the DS list now first. So
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you because the games I like on it, I like more.
But on top of that,
What
how much fun did you have just having it outside of the games?
do you mean?
Picto Chat.
Yeah,
Fucking just this.
that's all you need.
That's one thing I'll say 3DS had why it's ranked higher than some things is like the Street Pass stuff I found really
Yeah.
fun.
You can take 3D video and pictures. Not that I ever really used it, but the DSi also had like the voice recording and it had a camera, and I would always play on those. Flipnote's not a game; it's really just like an application, but just like had its own online service of just watching videos. Yeah, we can do DS next, but like it had an alarm clock, which was really
Yeah.
obnoxious. But
It's super charming HUD.
yeah, again, it was hard to program for because of the two screens, but like games utilized it to their advantage, but then that made it harder or impossible for them to port to other consoles. But that means the DS is still more worth going back to because it will always have these exclusives.
DS, New Super Mario Bros. The original, which I still
It's
think
good.
is the best New Super Mario
I
Bros.
agree.
game.
Yeah.
Even the
Nintendo's
even the
whatever.
multiplayer.
Yep.
Even the multiplayer.
That was so much fun. Because
Um,
it wasn't like it wouldn't interrupt the game. Every time you got a mushroom or got hit, it did not freeze the game.
Mario Kart DS. I would say Wii is probably better, but
Mhm.
I still like DS a
Yeah,
lot.
DS is good.
Brain Age,
Yeah, made
the
everyone smart.
Pokemon game. That's kind of where.
They were all good.
Why does that just say more?
more? Who knows? I bet it's white text and you can't read it.
Nintendo SP. Oh,
The-
Brain Age 2.
Oh, it was all white, so just more.
Uh,
Wild
Wild
World, which
World.
City Folk is just an enhanced version of Wild
Correct.
World. So
Super Mario 64 Mario Party DS, which
I mean,
we
it was
played
fun.
and we liked.
Yeah.
A lot of Pokemon games. Dragon Quest Mystery Dungeons, Phantom Hourglass, fucking fuck
I
that.
know Spirit Tracks wasn't as good, but like
Spirit Tracks wasn't as good, but Phantom Hourglass was pretty good.
the DS kind of like passed its prime eventually. Like by the time Spirit Tracks came out and people like stopped playing the DS, so the games weren't as good after a few years.
Professor Layton. Ace Attorney.
Yeah. Ace Attorney in Japan debuted on GBA, but that first game was just the first Ace Attorney game on DS.
Cooking Mama, which turned into a crypto scam.
Yeah. Cookie Mama was always shovelware, but the first Clubhouse games.
I really like the first Cooking Mama. Final Fantasy remakes, which were hit and miss,
Yeah.
admittedly.
I just didn't like the graphics. I think gameplay wise they were fine. The Guitar Heroes, I had that on tour.
358 I did like, but Diddy Kong DS, I didn't even know that existed.
And that's when I first heard about it. I remember seeing commercials for it.
Hannah Montana, no,
Yeah, I had a lot of shovelware, but every console does.
I had a proper version of Chrono Trigger, unlike
Yeah.
the bad SNES one. Spectrobes.
Elite Beat Agents was not on there, but that is hands down my favorite DS game now. And Owen Don, which is just Japanese version of it, is also one of my favorites. World Ends With You is not on there, but I love that. But those games were built for the DS and will never be better on anything else, nor can they really come to anything else. The Super Nintendo is just like,
All right, I
take
think
my heart
I
away.
think Super Nintendo wins.
yeah,
Now
it's like,
looking at
because
it.
it's one of those definitive things. Like, I have to convince you on Elite Beat Agents, but I'd say Mario World and like
Like
your heart
just-
skips a beat.
Donkey Kong Country was one of my favorite games of all time. Mario World, 3D All Stars, Mario Kart.
3D All 2D All Stars. I think I like All Stars
Sorry.
more than World, but and you can also just bundle them in one game. But like All Stars is so charming
Link to the Past.
because some of these are considered the best in their whole series. Yep.
The beginning of Killer Instinct. Dragon Quest. Starfire. Oh, sorry about it. F-Zero.
Yeah.
Mario Paint. Mario RPG. Chrono Trigger. A lot more third-party games that are actually
Yeah.
good.
Because Nintendo was still on top, so everyone wanted to make games for it. It was a wonderful time. And even like your third parties weren't so bad. But I don't see people be like Mario Kart Tour. No, Mario Kart World is just I love it so much. I had to buy a Switch too as soon as I heard about it. I just want to see how long we have left of this. I mean, Nintendo definitely takes the longest to go through.
We got like 22 minutes to go. Let me actually go pee real quick. Think about Sony now.
Going to pause.
That's
it,
enough. No. We're
Sony
just
and
collecting the
Sony.
last of the things. No, just peeing.
All right, so for PlayStation,
Vita.
yeah.
Right on the
Well, I was
bottom.
gonna say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 P and Vita, right?
Yeah.
Why am I blank? What's the PlayStation Mini? No, the one that plugged into the PS1, the Japan only one. What was that called? I've already Pocket Station. That doesn't count because I think you
It's
need.
just an add-on.
Yeah, it's like the VMU. It's not. They didn't have games for it, but Vita absolutely hands down had nothing. It had exclusives that all came to other things. It's like the Wii U of the PlayStation.
Yeah, it didn't have anything.
The back touch is so stupid because GameSack reviewed Uncharted, all the Uncharted games, and they were like, Golden Abyss is the worst. And it's a good game, but they force motion control, they force touch control, including the back of the touch control too on you. To like do like mini games and stuff. That's definitely the worst part. Literally the Vita is the worst part of the Vita games.
Did Vita even have exclusives?
There's some game called Iconoclast that was Vita exclusive, but now it's on everything. The Gravity Rush was exclusive, and now it's not.
The Asterisk War.
Sounds familiar.
Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified.
Yeah, I remember this now.
Golden Time. Like the fucking manga? Oh my god.
Man, maybe we should put it on top.
Hyper Dimension Neptunia.
That's on everything, I'm sure.
It's a specific game.
Yeah. But like, yeah, you're missing like one specific game.
Killzone Mercenary.
I mean, it was like
Little Big Planet. ES Vita.
I think it is actually a totally different game.
It is.
But like the Vita was the first Switch because like you could easily, I think, hook it up to a TV. But the PSP also could. Even though it looked like shit.
Puella Magi Madoka Magica? That has a game on Vita?
I know the Vita is the anime console. That's really all it has going for it.
Resistance Burning Size.
It's my favorite anime.
Yeah.
Did you look up that
Super Monkey Ball Banana Splits. To Love Ru.
It has a DS game. To Love Ru is on DS.
That's wild.
And we're playing it
Touch
tomorrow.
My Katamari.
I definitely would.
Uncharted Fight for Fortune and Golden Abyss.
What's Fight for Fortune? It's when you want to buy drinks.
Card-based game.
Interesting.
Using cards.
Oh, never mind. I'm out. Once you say cards, I'm out, usually.
Yeah.
Especially Chain of
Alright. Vita at the bottom.
Yep. I would say,
PS5.
yeah, I was going to say either P or 5.
No,
but like P has
P-
more going for it.
PSP, actually.
PS5 is literally just a tower. It doesn't actually do anything.
But it has some good games.
It has
It has-
it has Ratchet. And I would just rather play that than an Xbox. It's kind of like its selling point is, hey, it's not Xbox. It'll still be here in 5
God
years.
of War games. Rift
Yep.
Apart. Ghosts of Yote.
It's finally now like
And
becoming-
Astrobot. That makes it better. That makes it better than P in my opinion.
Yeah. So PSP.
PSP, all the games we've played so far have been disappointing.
Yeah, Loco is
Except
Loco Roco.
and God of War.
Yeah, that's surprisingly good. Trails in the Sky is on it, but it's a bad port. That's a PC game. It's not. It's on PSP, but it's not a PSP game. And I know there are good games on the PSP, but a lot of those have been ported as well. But yeah, there's really not much, and it's like, because it proves why Nintendo was the best. Because the DS was so much cheaper. It looked a generation worse. Like the PSP really had just nothing compared to the DS. And it doesn't run very well either. I literally had to replace my Model 1. That's the reason you traded it in, or gave it to me, because you wanted like a better functioning PSP. And then after that, PS3 hands down.
Before 4?
Well, the PS3 had better games, but I hate it as a console. I think it's such a malfunctioning console. We struggle with it almost every time we use it.
That's
So as a
true.
console, it sucks. I would rather play any of the games on anything else. But it's hard to say. It's like PS3, Connor has the best one because it plays all 3 of the PlayStations. You can either use your PS1 games on it or download them. You can play the PS2 games. It had online, which was free. The store's still open, and it has good stuff. And it's like the first HD PlayStation, I think it still looks good.
For what?
PS3.
PS3?
Yeah. So it's hard to say, but like PS4, it's a way better functioning console. But like, yeah, just it has no charm. It had way less exclusives, but it was like the definitive like HD like high, like the highest quality console because again, it's not Xbox. The Xbox One had such a bad launch, so everyone would rather play PS4.
Uncharted, Last of Us,
This is PS3.
Metal Gear Solid 4, yeah,
PS3.
Arkham City, Gran Turismo 5 and 6, God of War 3, Final Fantasy 13. Ew!
Disc throwing game.
Resident Evil. Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
The Ratchet future games.
Mm.
Resistance. Oh, sorry, bad. Lego Star Wars. Infamous.
Yeah, 1 and 2. I think the PS3 had a lot better first party and second party games.
You know Cooney.
Yeah, all the exclusives were
And Valkyria
Top.
Chronicles.
yeah. But now that's on the Switch. Like Valkyrie Chronicles is one of my favorites, but I don't want it on PS3 because it's on PS3.
Here is the hardest question.
1 or 2. Did you look at PS4? Or no, you just look at like the top selling.
PS4 games.
Yeah. But the thing is, they're all gonna be third party, I think. And Ratchet Remake.
Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon,
Never mind.
Uncharted 4, Last of Us Remastered, Gran Turismo Sport, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Bloodborne,
Yeah, so they're all PlayStation exclusive.
Days Gone, Ratchet and Clank Remake. That should not be at 19. Infamous Second Son. Detroit? I don't know if that's exclusive. Little Big Planet 3. Final Fantasy 7. No, that's not. It was.
Yep.
It was for a while. Death Stranding.
We did it. We made it.
We made it.
So yeah, the PS4 like it had a lot of exclusives, but like the PS3 had better ones. So it's hard to say which I like more. Game wise, PS3, console performance wise, literally a calculator. I know the PS3 can calculate black holes, but it can't play the games it was meant to play.
That's funny as shit. That's funny as hell.
So anyway, yeah, the real question is PS1 or 2. I feel like our answers are going to be different. Because it's like, I love the PS2 is like it perfected what the PS1 did, but like, is perfection the answer? I like the PS1 for like, I mean, I know the charm and the worse graphics is not a selling point to why a console is better, but that's why like it was the beginning.
It's hard.
But the PS2 like took all of that and just brought it to such a drastically high level.
Jack Trilogy. Crash Trilogy.
Jack.
Tied.
Oh yeah, Jack 2 and 3. I forgot those.
Yeah. Spyro Trilogy. Ratchet Quadrilogy. Tied. Dark Clouds 1 and 2. Medieval 1 and 2.
Dark Cloud. Well, we haven't played Dark Cloud 2, but like Dark Cloud 1 was so much better than Medieval. Like Gran Turismo I could care less about, but that was on both. I have so many PS1 games. I have so many of both. I have more PS4 games, but like PS1 had better RPGs. Final Fantasy, hands down, was better on PS1. All 3 games are amazing. PS2 is when it started to fall. 10 I know is good, but like after that, it became a joke. Dragon Quest got the short end of the stick on PS1 because Enix of America shut down, so we didn't get any of those games. I think PS2 is when we started to get Dragon Quest again. Why did I get up and like not do anything? Like all the games I have here, half of which I've played, it's like Chrono Cross, like
Final Fantasy 7 for PlayStation 1.
Frogger, Rugrats,
Tekken 3.
all the Tekkens.
Tomb Raider.
And like Tag Tournament was great, but like
Resident Evil 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that's
The Final Fantasies. Rayman. Bad example. Crash Team Racing. Frogger.
yep. It was a massive seller.
Frog was number 31 in best-selling PlayStation 1 games. That's fucking wild. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories was 33? Never mind.
them.
PS2. Silent Hill. Parasite Eve.
I think Parasite Eve was worse on
The
PS2.
Siphon Filter games.
So I think a lot of these is like they debuted on.
Parappa the Rapper.
So it's like a lot of these debuted on the PlayStation, but then they were perfected on the PS2,
Rugrats Search for Reptar is number 69 best-selling.
where it belongs.
Where it belongs. That's disgusting. Ape Escape is 74. Legend of Dragoon. Pac-Man World. Jet Moto 2. What the fuck is Jet Moto?
I have Jet Moto 1.
I have both of them. Battle Arena Toshinden. Dino Crisis 2.
I know it's not gonna be on there, but Moon.
Doko Demo Isio is at 103.
Oh wow.
Super Sponge is 113.
They had so many. They both had so many RPGs, but I think like PS2. I like the PS1 RPGs more because they were still like traditional, while PS2 like made the scale a little too large. They started being real time and stuff.
PlayStation 2, the top three are all Grand Theft Auto, and then
Yeah.
Gran Turismo, and
yeah.
then more Grand Theft Auto. Metal Gear Solid 2, Final Fantasy X, Kingdom Hearts as finally at number 8, which is surprising.
Hmm.
God of War, the originals, Tekken 4 and 5. Jack and Dexter games, Ratchet games, the Battlefront games, Lego Star Wars, the beginning, the Guitar Hero games.
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes. The Wrath of Cortex was 45? I guess.
Was so much worse on PS2.
Yeah.
And Spyro.
Dragon Ball Z Budokai is pretty funny. The Dynasty Warriors. Devil May Cry.
Yep. The debut.
Simpsons Road Rage. Continuation of Hot Shots Golf. Killzone beginning. Ew. The Spider-Man 2 game you didn't like.
Just me.
Ace Combat games. The bad Mortal Kombat games. Actually, I'm gonna have to say PS1.
Yeah. And it's only by a little
Going
bit.
through all of these games, I'm like, eh.
It started like the dirt age. Like
Chat
realistic
3
gritty
is
games.
all the way down to 131.
Because like games like Jak 1 that you really love are almost like a relic of the PS1 era, like that just carried over into the new generation.
Dark Cloud is 145. Yeah, you can really tell Jak 1 is a PlayStation game on a PlayStation 2.
Because I think it was in development like before the console came out. It was so early. Same with Dark Cloud. It was in development for like 3 or 4 years. So like they still had that old mindset of making games, but they just used the newer hardware to make it look nicer.
Only the first Sly game breaks the top 167. It's at 165.
The Sly trilogy was, yeah, like you couldn't do Sly on PS1. You couldn't do any of them on PS1. That was so nice about them. Jak 1 you could, but it just wouldn't have looked as good. Like all the crazy firepower of Ratchet could never be done on PS1. It would have played so horribly. Because the controls wouldn't have, it would have played like Jet Force, but even worse. And Sly's just more advanced, I think, in all the dialogue they have and stuff. Really mainly, like Sly 1 probably could have been a PS1 game, but not 2 and 3. So yeah, that's such a tight one, it's hard. Thanks for the overtime left. I feel like if we did any other things like Sega, we can make it very quick, because we're just not as experienced with Sega and really anything else.
Let me say, everything else, Saturn and all that shit, the bottom, number 2 is Genesis, number 1 Dreamcast.
For the 3 consoles, yeah. And that's
I know
honestly
they had
hard.
a lot more, but I'm not versed with Sega consoles.
I'm not even gonna rank
What
them.
the fuck are we doing right now?
I think we're trying to fill out 100% of the map because this area had like 94%, and we're trying to. This is the forest that like changed layout or something like that. It was like the yeah. So we're just trying to fill
Why
in the
didn't
rest
we do
of
this
the map.
before?
I don't know.
Does that mean we do the boss fucking twice?
I think we already did it. No, we just didn't do it again. We'll find out. Yeah, I can't rank the Sega games because I'm really haven't played. Like I've had the consoles sitting there for years now. I just haven't really explored their potential. Like this year we played Sonic, and that he's not a good example to represent Sega. I don't even think he's one of the best Sega properties. And Sega was like, I think they were better when they made consoles, but I don't know.
Liam Swan has a theory that the only reason the Dreamcast is seen as the best console is because it was the last console pre 9/11, which I think is not true, but it's what he says.
Because it died before 9/11, like right before.
Yeah, it was the last
like
time of like happy memories.
Yeah, because everyone associates the 2000s as like the dark age because of 9/11. I guess I don't because I was so oblivious as a kid, so I didn't even know what 9/11 was until like years later.
Now you think about it, everything took a dark aesthetic after the Dreamcast. Dreamcast
Yeah.
was the last one that was like bright and cheery.
Yeah, and like games themselves, like look at Ratchet and Jack that like glorify violence and guns and stuff.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
No, I know games like Metal Gear Solid and like there were plenty of war games before that, but like it became like the mainstream of like humans and like war and all that. Granted, Metal Gear Solid is all about like stopping Russians from like nuking shit, but like yeah, it just became more prevalent in the PS2 era. Everything becoming more like gritty. It wasn't about like cartoon characters like Mario were like not cool anymore in 2001. And then yeah, other than that for Sega, it's like the Game Gear sucks. Their Pico like educational handheld whatever sucks. And yeah, in terms of the three main consoles, it's really hard to say because they all have like their ups and downs. Their add-ons, like Sega CD was not very good, but it is better than people say. And the 32X is just horrible. I regret ever investing money in that.
Do you still have it?
No. Because it was such a pain to get to work, and the only game I really got it for was Knuckles Chaotix, and then it did not work, and I looked it up, and the game doesn't work with certain combinations of Genesises and 32Xs.
That's
It
lame
was
as
so
shit.
poorly made, like just the console. And it shouldn't have been released at all. There's nothing good about it. The Knuckles Chaotix is the only thing to come out of it.
Let me look up what the best fucking Genesis games are.
Yeah, you can look up like bestsellers and maybe we can like kind of go off of that. But they all get shit. The Genesis is probably the best remembered because of America. Like Genesis did great in America. Saturn did horrible here, and
I'm
the Dreamcast
shocked.
did good here.
Sonic 1 and 2 are number 1 and 2, obviously, but then Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Disney's
Well-
Aladdin. Jurassic Park.
I think we're wrapping up on this stream, but we'll see. We'll keep going until it's done.
Altered Beast, of course, it's a really good game. Kind of clunky.
Genesis was definitely the man's console, but like I don't think the games were as good. People like say it's better.
Not
but, like,
much. It only lists 21 games on the top.
Yeah.
Let's look at Dreamcast.
In terms of
I will
Saturn,
get shocked if it's not Sonic Adventure 2.
Hmm.
It's not.
Sonic Adventure 2 came out after they announced the console was done, so I think that hurt the game.
Number 1 is Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur, Shenmue, Code Veronica, NFL 2K,
They had a lot of sports games.
Crazy Taxi, 2K1, Seaman, 2K1 again. Sonic Adventure 2 is number 10. Only 500,000 units sold. That's pathetic.
Yeah.
That's really pathetic. Even Sonic Adventure sales were only 2.5 mil.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
Because the PS2, as soon as the PS2 even was like announced, no, I think that was before.
Hold
that.
on.
Like as soon as the PS2 came, that was it. It was literally like a monster that came in and wiped out everything around it. Oh, that came even before or after it.
Compared 2.5 mil for the best-selling Dreamcast game to N64 and Mario 64, 11,910,000.
Mhm.
That's a ridiculous difference in number, and that's around. It's a 3-year difference, I know, but around the same time period.
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
Saturn, like all the best games, I think are Japan exclusive. It did so bad here. And all the best games we just don't even know about. They're all out there waiting for us. No,
That's it.
Other than that, we can't even really do this. Like, we can't rank like the Ataris because obviously the 2600 is the best because it's like the most remembered. All the others were just, they were all bad, but the 2600 was like the Atari.
Okay, so we only know about the top 10, and it's really pathetic.
Yeah.
The top selling game, it only has 250,000. It's Virtua Fighter.
This must be America only then.
And that's bundle sales only.
Yeah.
Madden NFL 97, Knights, Virtua Fighter 2, Sega Rally, Daytona, 3D Blast, Tomb Raider, NHL 97, and the Virtua Cop.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones. There's no listings online for sales because they never really release sales numbers like that.
Yeah.
So we only know certain regions, and that's it.
And I would doubt any of those are even the best on the console. Not even close. Knights was good, but like, I don't know. Xbox.
Not even Sonic Jam.
Should we keep like doing consoles or should we just stop? Because like Xbox 360 hands down the best. That is just a 360 with a few extra games. But Xbox One is bottom by far.
Well, I think this guy's got it. 11 things you should never do after uploading a YouTube video.
Make money.
I don't know, man. $87 in the bag. $90.58 in the bag, and I'll say, still can't spend it.
Yeah, for Xbox 360 is on top. I'm now going in reverse order. Then
And then the
original. Then maybe the original. Yeah, the original definitely.
And then the other two.
Then series. Then one.
I'll agree with that.
There are no games for the last two. The original barely had any, but the 360 was like, it rivaled the PS3, but I think it lost out.
Xbox One in the series killed it. Like,
Yeah.
just absolutely killed Xbox. Who knows if they'll even be in the console game?
I have all 2 Xbox Series X games. But, and then TurboGrafx was just that, but it had all these add-ons, like the CD, the Super Graphics, which it was such a ripoff. It was, Jay was right, but like it has some good games, we just haven't played them yet. We've only played the bad one. And then I'm just going off of what I have. I know there's so much more out there, but we're not going to get into like Intellivision and stuff like that, but yeah. And we didn't include Famicom Disk System, but like that's part of the NES. It's an add-on. It was the debut of like Zelda and Metroid characters, so it is important. But since they're all on NES,